Thanks so much. We've heard from two governors over the last few moments. Now how about the third in the tri-state area, Dannel Malloy of the state of Connecticut.
They're going out and taking a look at the roads and the systems and trying to figure that out. So have local bus service to be announced, in any jurisdiction will announce it.
It almost appears as though everything west of Route 91 is not bad, including New York City.
Right.
So why keep the interstate closed down?
Because what do you do with the trucks when they hit the snow and back up and all the rest of it? So we are also trying to be supportive of our neighbors to the east and northeast of us, Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and so we're trying to coordinate with them. New York and New Jersey have coordinated amongst themselves. Certainly understand New York has not seen the kind of snowfall that we've seen in parts of our state. So this is always a balancing act, but we don't want, say, all of the 95 to become overloaded with trucks, say, from New Haven all the way to the New York border, because it just creates very large problems.
Given what you're seeing now, how long do you think, and if people stay off the roads, how long do you think it's going to be before we resume some kind of normal?
I'd like us to, again, part of that depends on how soon the system moves out from the eastern portion of the state, the New London County and Windham County. So part of that, at least for that portion of the state. But I think we can be up and running tomorrow on a normal basis, and perhaps by our third shift here in state government, be able to get back to a normal schedule. I think because people have been so cooperative with the travel ban, and this is made under normal circumstances, we would have expected hundreds of accidents on our highway systems last night. We had 11. So
it's a combination of we didn't get hit perhaps as hard as we did, but we were also prepared.
Right, and we can our trucks can get up and down the highway. So even in a blowing situation, we are moving snow, and so that's been vitally important. Listen, I want to get back to normal as quickly as possible. So we're going to do that. I believe that we can do that by tomorrow, perhaps by the third shift today. We'll keep an eye on the southeastern portion of the state. As soon as road systems can be announced to be open, we'll open them, as long as we can do that safely. And because Fairfield County and Litchfield County have not had the kind of impact that the rest of the state has had, we're opening those roads for local travel.
What do you say to some of the people in the eastern parts of the state? Should they stay indoors?
They should. Listen, if you're in Norwich and you have 24 inches of snow outside, and it's howling and it's still snowing, and you're looking at the potential of 5 to 9 inches more, you might want to stay inside. So I think they're pretty smart out there. That's one of the things that we'll determine at 10:30 when we do the local government call. I suspect we'll have larger participation from that portion of the state than we'll have, say, from Litchfield County or Fairfield County. We're a small state, large number of people, 3.5 million people. Some portions of our state have been more adversely impacted. Listen, there's no bad news in not everyone getting 3 feet of snow. But unfortunately, some people have been more adversely impacted, and we certainly want to be as helpful as possible. And because I think we can clear our state highway system relatively quickly when the snow and wind stops, we can probably be of additional assistance to that portion of the state.
New York and New Jersey are expected to make some kind of MTA announcement. Any update you can provide from Metro North?
We're in discussions with them. As you know, they pulled all of the trains in large part because of the concern of the catenary system. They're going to have to inspect that system. Even though they may not have gotten as much wind, they probably got enough wind to cause them to have to do a full inspection. My hunch is they'll take a diesel up and down, do that inspection, and make an announcement later in the day. I would anticipate that, as opposed to what they originally said, that service would begin tomorrow, that it'll probably begin sometime today. But they have to inspect that catenary system.
All things considered, do you feel that the state dodged a bullet, or what's your overall assessment?
Well, I think you and I dodged a bullet, but I think if you have 24 inches in your front lawn and you have to dig out your driveway, you're not considering yourself lucky. On the other hand, substantial portions of our state have not received that kind of snowfall. But right out here, it's pretty messy out in the Hartford area as well. So we're watching watching this storm. We're going to work with those communities most adversely impacted. We're very grateful that people have honored our request to stay off the roads, and it has made a real difference. We'll have more to say on these subjects a little bit later. You had one last question?
So, I'm a little misunderstanding here. Are you sending some resources to Eastern Connecticut? I mean, those are all small towns.
Well, we have resources in Eastern Connecticut. Our resources are spread throughout the state. What I'm saying is that as we complete our obligation of clearing state roads, we will then be able to be cooperating with those other local governments to try to help them in the difficulty. This 395 corridor appears to be the most adversely impacted, and snowfalls reported in the 24-inch range, which is a lot of snow.
With regard to downstate, who's responsible for plowing the lots at the train station?
Those are primarily those are contractors.
Those have to be cleared before the train station.
Well, I mean, we have communities that people walk to the trains as well. I think with respect to the MTA, that's very much about the state of the catenary system and how far their trains can safely get. Once their trains can safely get to and from New Haven, I anticipate that service will be restored. That's it. That was in Simsbury, I think it was? Middletown, excuse me.
What are you going to inevitably say to people who are going to say this was overblown or an overreaction? What do you say to them?
That would be an oversimplification. We'll have more announcements.
Thank you.